Very good evening, my dear students and my dear friends. Today we are in the second class of Python programming language. The topic which we'll cover today is Python control structure and Python data structure. So before coming to today's topic, I will just brief you what we covered in yesterday's class. Yesterday we have covered introduction to Python programming language and the basic concepts of Python programming language. I had explained you about how Python is different from other programming languages, the benefits of Python, the beginner's language, why it is called as a beginner's language. So we have covered these topics in the yesterday's class, and also I have gave you some programming example as an home assignment. I hope you all have done that assignment. So today we'll continue with the same program which we started in yesterday's class. So that if you want to write something in Python, you just need a very user-friendly inbuilt function of Python, and you also need simple text which you want to display on user screen. But there is no hard and fast syntax required, no compilation of the code is required. The code is automatically interpreted by the interpreter. So this is a code snippet given for Java language and the code snippet given for Python language. So in Java language, if I just want to print my name, I had to follow a fixed defined syntax. Like public, I need to declare a class. The syntax should be like first keyword should be public, then you need to write the keyword class. After that you need to write the name of the class. Here I have written the name of the class as hello world. Then I had to define the main function. As like every high level programming language, we need the main function with its return type. So in Java, you need to write public static void main. Within the bracket, you need to give an argument string. The S should be capital because Java is case sensitive language. You need to follow the fixed syntax. After that, the print command. It is like system.out.println, where S should be in capital. Then within the bracket and curly braces, you need to write the message which you want to print on the screen. Here it is Vikas Kamra. So around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines are required with very difficult syntax if you just want to print only one string as an output. But in Python, you need to just type the user-friendly function, that is as we want to do printing. So we need only the name of the function as print. No header file required, no main function required, nothing etc. library is required. You just type the function name print, then within the bracket the message which you want to print, and the message will be printed. So today I will show you with the help of Python Tutor. So now in front of you there is a website. Today I will give you live demonstration of pythontutor.com. This is a website, pythontutor.com. On this website you just see this is the interface to execute Python program. Here you can visualize your code line by line. One example is given here, like you can define the program here and the line by line execution will be shown here. So it will redirect to a online editor. In 3.6 is there, you can see Python 2.7 is there, but it is now unsupported. This is now not in use. 3.6 or higher versions of Python are in use. Java 8, JavaScript, ES8, C language with the given compiler name, GCC compiler version 9.3. Similarly, C++ language with the compiler G++ 9.3 version compiler. So this is a very informative and useful website to simply run the Python programs without installing it in your own system. No need to install Anaconda or Eclipse in your system. Just go to the website pythontutor.com, then start visualizing the code. So here I am just writing the code which I have explained you in the PPT. I just want to print my name. Print within the bracket, within the quotes, I have written my name like I am writing it here. And also no semicolons are required. There is no hard and fixed syntax for Python. You need to type any semicolon to terminate the line. I simply written print and Vikas Kamra. Now there is a button given here, visualize execution. I had clicked the execution. Now you can see there is a line with red color arrow. Red color arrow defines the next line to be executed, and the green color arrow defines that line which is under execution. Presently I am in step 1 of 1 because my program contain only one line. So I have clicked next. As soon as I have clicked next, this is the space for output. The output shown here is the name which I have written. So it is a simple program. I am making a program for calculator. So to define any variable, there is no need to define any user defined data type. I simply write a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, simple c is equal to a plus b, and now I will print c. It is a 4-line program. Now you can see here, I just want to print the value of c, which is a calculator, or you can say simple addition operation. I have written a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, c is equal to a plus b. Now I will click on the button start visualizing or visualizing execution. So I have clicked on this button for c is equal to. I clicked on line next. Now you can see here a is equal to 3. Two global frame variable has been assigned. You have to observe, this is the live demonstration of a simple addition program written in Python. So one green line is there, one red line is there. Green line means line that just executed, and the red line means next line to execute. Here I have clicked 2 times. So line 1 and line 2 both are executed. In the temporary memory buffer, a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4 has been stored. Now when I will click a new variable, c will get the value of a plus b. Simply now you can see here a new variable c has came with value 7. Now simply just see the green line came to third one, red line came to fourth one. So I clicked next. Now you can see the output is printed in the output window. So if you want to make a calculator, simply I'll just add one more subtraction function in this program. I'll once again write this program. A is equal to 3, b is equal to 4. No green line because no line has been executed. This program contains 8 steps. So step 1 of 8 is ready to execute. So now I have clicked on next. So it came to step 2. You can see the frame here. A is equal to 3 has been assigned in variable A. I clicked next. B got a value 2. Then I clicked next. Now you can see this is not actual output. This is the memory buffer or frame. This Python tutor provides you the facility to see the intermediate result. Even b is equal to a multiply by b. So 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Then print a. Now next line, printer. This is an online interpreter or compiler. If you want to work in C language, then you can choose the language C here. Then editor will change and a compiler will be incorporated within the same online tool. But if you are working in Python, no compiler is required. Direct input output will be shown on the screen. There is one more tool which yesterday I have explained to you, that is Google Collaboratory. So I'll just show you the Google. You just need to type Google Colab. It is another tool which is used for Python programming. Google Colab. It is a research based online tool which is used to do machine learning, data analytics, deep learning programs, and to make different projects. So if even you do not have in your system, no Python is installed, no Anaconda drivers are installed, no Eclipse editor is installed, or Spider editor is not installed, you can simply go to research.google.com/collaboratory. So it is a platform where you can collaborate with your friends or your colleagues with the help of Google Colab. So this is an online execution environment for executing simple Python program or large scale Python projects. So I'll show you the home screen. As in this system, I have not included any Python file. So this kind of screen will come. You can start your own title here. So you can work on here and you can use this one tool, because in machine learning and data analytics operation, if your system configuration is not up to the mark, it will use the online resources from server side and provide you the result. But there is one limitation of this tool is that it will not store the data which you upload during execution of the program. It does not store any Excel file or image file or CSV file, but it can store your programming code, that is .py, that means Python code, that will be stored. So you can start using this tool if you do not have Python in your system. So today I have given you two examples of online tools. One is pythontutor.com, another is Google Collaboratory, or you can say googlecolab.com. So you can use any of these two tools. Now coming back to our presentation, yesterday that this particular Java code require at least 7 lines of code and the Python code required only 1 line, and I have given you the demonstration of this as well. Okay, now this is the question, most important question from introduction part of Python that generally comes in your exam, that Python programming development cycle. So this Python programming development cycle is different from traditional development cycle. As you can see, this is traditional development cycle. Here you can see when you start the application, first it will test the behavior of the program, or you can say the environment, required minimum environmental variable. Then it stops the application after testing the behavior, and if you want to edit your program code, you can go to this step. But if you have edited the code, you need to recompile the code. That is a limitation of traditional development cycle, or you can say like C or C++ programming languages. But before going to that, yesterday I told you about indentation in Python. So single inverted comma or double inverted comma or triple inverted comma. So the index of string always starts from 0, and if you reverse the string, the reverse index goes from -1 to -6, but in forward direction, the index goes from 0 to 5. Python word has 6 characters. So the index goes from 0 to 5 in the forward direction and -1 to -6 in the backward direction. Some string operations I am explaining here, like very first is your concatenation. Concatenation can be done with the help of plus operator. So here one is hello, another is world. I want to merge these two strings, or I want to concatenate these two strings, then this concatenation operator is used. So the output will be hello world. Now within the string, I want to do the repetition, repeating a string for multiple times. So here hello multiply 3. So 3 times hello 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 will be printed here. Similarly, if I want to print the index, then I have to use square bracket, and within the square bracket I need to write the index number. Here index number, array index is given 0. So at 0th searching in a string. So if you want to search, simply within the double quotes write the alphabet if you want to search. If it is available in the string, then its index location will be printed. So here E is printed here. E is printed at location 1, index 1. So the output is 1. Okay, now another kind of data structure in Python is list. As I already told you, strings are immutable, but Python lists are, means you can change the values. You can change the values of the list at runtime, and it is mutable. Its index goes from 0 to n, and within the reverse direction, index goes from -1. Same kind of operation like slicing operation, concatenation operation, repetition operation, membership function, they can be applied on list data structure as like applied in the string data structure. I have given you some examples to how to access a list, how to update a list, how to delete a list. So like I have created a variable list with values physics, chemistry, 1997, 2000 in this list. Now again, control structure for loop, you can use list in the for loop, you can use list in the print function, you can use list with slicing operation. So this slide contains all kind of list operation. Next, the kind of immutable data structure is, that is tuples. Tuples are immutable objects that cannot be changed once they have been created. So you need to remember, immutable objects are those which cannot be changed, but mutable objects can be changed once they are created. So a tuple item is separated by commas, as like the list item, comma is used to separate the item. They are enclosed in the parentheses instead of square bracket. So square brackets are not required here. They need simple parentheses, or you can say simple bracket. This is the difference between a tuple needs only the parentheses or a simple bracket. So here I have declared a variable t with values tuples are immutable. So three different values are stored in this tuple. So now you can update an existing tuple by reassigning variable to another tuple. If you want to overwrite the value within a same tuple, you can need to update an existing tuple at the coding time, not at the runtime. They are immutable, so no accidental change can be done within this kind of data. So tuples are immutable. The rules for tuple indices are the same as for list. Same kind of operations which I shown you in the previous slide, which are performed on list, can now be performed on tuples as well. Okay, another kind of data structure is set. This is an unordered collection of unique item. Here you can store like a unique item. In mathematics, there is a set of 3, their roll numbers can be combined within a single set. So if you want to create an empty set, this kind of code is required. Set 1, then curly braces. Now third kind of bracket came here. For set, curly braces are required. For list, square brackets are required. For tuples, simple brackets are required. So three kind of brackets are shown here. One is curly braces, which is used for set, it is used for list, it is used for tuple. So these three kind of brackets are required. These are the list with no index value and no duplicate entry. The main thing is that unique elements are stored in set, no duplicate entry. Same item, same entry cannot be repeated again and again. They can be used to identify unique words used in a paragraph. I'll just give you a real-time example of set. As like you are using Microsoft Word, you apply undo, redo operations. You want to search an item within a set. Then such kind of operations can be done with the help of sets. I have again made a complete slide covering all the operations, their equivalent operations and the output here. So if I want to apply the length operation, it will calculate the length of set S. If I want to search an item, then in operator will be used. In yesterday class, I have explained you membership operator in or not in. This is the real-time example of membership operator. That means in operator and non-in operator. If X is in S, then in operator will be used. It will show the membership. If X is not in S, then not in membership operator is used. Similarly, is subset, is superset, union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference and copy. all these are the sets operation which we can use. So you can check in this particular slide that such kind of operations can be performed. These are the equivalent operations of that set theory. So this is the sets operation. As like mathematical sets, you can use these kind of sets in Python. Last data structure which I am telling you is the dictionary. Dictionary is kind of a list of unordered elements. It has two values. One is key, another is value. It is a pair of keys and values. These are mutable objects. As like list, you can mutate or mutable, you can change these objects at runtime. So a dictionary is enclosed by curly braces. So as like set, dictionary is also used with the help of curly braces. This is one example which is showing how to access, update or delete dictionary. I'll show you. Like I have declared a dictionary with key and value. See carefully, the very first key is name and its value is Jude. Then the key is age, the value is 9. Then the key is grade and the value is 5th. Now this is a dictionary. Here curly brackets are used. That defines it is a dictionary, and not only curly braces are required, but the key value pair. Key and values are separated by a colon. You need to write a colon symbol between the key and the value. So key value pairs. Now you can print either if you want to print the key, then dot keys function can be used. If you want to print the only values, not the keys, then dictionary dict is the name of the object, dot values. And if you want to print both keys and values, means you want to print all items together, then print dictionary dot items. So this is the output shown below. First, this print statement will print the dictionary. If you want to print the name, then only name will be printed. If you want to print only the age, if you want to print all the keys together, if you want to print all the values together, if you want to print all the items, means keys and values both you want to print. If you want to clear the dictionary, you want to temporarily delete items from the dictionary, then dot clear function is used for that. And if you want to permanently delete the dictionary, then del function is used for that. So dic dot clear, this dictionary dot clear command will remove all the entries in the dictionary, and the delete command will delete the entire dictionary, and when you are printing that dictionary, no output will come here. So this is fifth and last type of data structure in Python. Now we are coming to the last topic of today's class, that is conditional. If statement, if else statement, if else if statement. So these conditions are basically Boolean kind of condition. They work on true and false. So in Python, true and false are Boolean objects. They are of the class bool. Bool means binary. They are immutable in nature, because if something is happening, then it can only be true. If something is not happening, then it can only be false. Python assume any non-zero or non-null value as true. Otherwise, zero or null values are treated as false in Python. Here the syntax of if statement is given. Now you need to take carefully. If is the keyword, then you need to write the expression. Only the colon you need to remember. This is the syntax of Python. You have to write a colon after the block. So this colon will be required within the condition, then the statement. So if the expression will be true, the statements will be executed. If expression will be false, no output will be displayed. As like if else statement is also used. If expression is true, then first set of statements will be executed. If expression is false, then other else block of statement will be executed. This is second type of if statement, if else clause. Third is if elif else. If there are more than two conditions or expressions, then no if required, no if else required. If elif else is required. If there are three or more expressions you want to check, then if elif else if else required. So now this is the syntax of that part. Here I have chosen an example. Here you can see I have taken an input function which is used to take input from the user. So I have taken please enter an integer. If the integer is less than 0, then print negative change to 0. If it is equal to 0, print the output 0. If it is not 0, then print the output single. And at last, if you have not entered anything and pressed enter, the output will be more. Means you need to add more elements. This is the one more example of conditional, that is decision making statement. This example will show you one more way how to use if statement. I have declared variable x is equal to 8. If the value of x is less than 10, then this block will be executed. Then again I have taken variable value is equal to 10. If it is greater than 5, then this will be executed. Simple if elif. One more example I have covered here. You can have a look on this example. Here value of variable is 10. If variable is greater than 10, which is actually false here, then it will go to elif case. If variable is less than 10, again which is false case, so it will go to the last case and else case. Simply print high 5. So the output will be high 10 because it will go to the last case, that is else case. Okay, after the conditional, then there are two kind of loops which you can use in the Python. So one is for loop, another is while loop. Every language contains these kind of control loops. For loop syntax is different as compared to C language or C++ language, but it is easy to use. Here two keywords are used. One is for, another is in. So for letter in Python, print current letter. So I have written this for block. The output will show here Python. So one by one every alphabet will be printed. First for loop will execute the number of times the string contains the alphabet. So the current letter is the static part which will be displayed everywhere. Static part, current letter. But now this letter which actually store Python, all the values Python will be printed here. This is another second example. Like I want to apply the for not on a string but on a list. Then the name of the list is fruits. It contains banana, apple, mango. Now if I'll execute this for loop and want to print the output, first banana will be printed, then apple will be printed, mango will be printed. This is third example within the same block. I have stored 3 items, pizza, steak and rice. Again with the help of for loop, I have used the length function. The length function will identify the length of the code and it will print the values based on the index. So the output will be pizza, steak and rice. So this is the very first kind of loop, that is for loop. Next is the while loop. While loop is very similar to the while loop available in C, C++ or Java language. You just need to declare a variable count which is to be incremented on every while loop condition goes true. While count is less than 5, print the count value. The simplest example, the same as it is syntax as we use in the C or C++ programming language. Okay, I have got one statement message from Ma'am Inderjit Kaur. Please explain nested if else. Okay, I'll cover this nested if else as well. So here first, after explaining the while loop, I will come to the nested if else part. So count is equal to 0, while count is less than 5, the message will be printed as the count is 0, 1, 2, 3 and increment by 1 counter. Count will be incremented by 1. So 5 times index from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So index goes from 0 to 4. The value will be printed 5 times. Okay, now coming back to the question which ma'am has asked, please explain nested if else statement. So nested if else I'll show you. Nested conditional statement means same kind of condition will be defined within itself. Like I'll just write an example here. If block contains some statement, within the if block again some statement. So within if and if, then it is nested if. You can define nested for loop. Nested for loop contain within the one for loop, another for loop will come. again for loop, another for loop will come. So I am just putting the curly braces here as like we are doing in C language, but in Python these braces are not required. Nested if else condition means if some condition is there, then if the expression is true, then we'll go another next expression. I'll take one example here. If a is greater than 3, now again indentation is required. I'll just clear the screen and write example once again. So I'll write example here, nested if I think system has got little hanged. Please hold for a minute. Okay, so coming back to this part, nested if means if one condition is there, if a is greater than 3, again then go to next if condition. If b is greater than 4, then we need to print the condition. So two if condition when executed together, they will give you the output. Otherwise, if only one expression is satisfactory, the expression is true, then you will get the result. So last slide covers break, continue and pass statement. These are the loop control statement, as like in every other programming language are required to, if you want to terminate the loop at any particular point, then you can use break statement. As you see in this example, for letter in Python, once you print the letter pyt on letter h, we place the break condition. So it will break at this position. So if letter h comes, then after printing pyt, when h comes, then it will break the execution of the for loop. HON will not be printed. Then we printed current letter. So current letter is the static part, pyt are the alphabets in the string Python. If you just want to continue to print the letters at letter H, then H will be skipped and after H other output will be printed, like P, Y, T, H is skipped, O and N, because I have written continue statement, continue control statement to just bypass the letter H and go to the continue to the O and N. Then last one is your pass statement. It is used when a statement is required syntactically, but you do not want any command or code to execute. In that case, you just understand this example. For letter in Python, I am taken the string as Python. If letter is equal to H, once this condition will be true, I simply press pass. This is pass block. I jump to the pass block and print current letter. So you just observe the output, current letter P, current letter Y, current letter T. Now this is pass block. Here the print statement, which is just after the pass block, will be printed. This is pass block. Then after that HON will be printed. So for the time being, the publication of letter H is skipped. We just passed on to this particular statement, which is a print statement. This is pass block. So this pass block will be printed and the output of the for loop will continue after that, HON. Just observe these three output. Here the break statement terminates after T, HON will not be printed. Here H is skipped, PYT, ON directly came. And in the last part, PYT, then I have used the pass block to print one statement. This is pass block and the output will continue after pass block, HON. So today we have covered Python control structure, Python data structure. I have shown you the demonstration of pythontutor.com website as well as Google Colab Research Tool website, where you can just execute simple Python program or you can execute data analytics operation. So this is second class. In the next class, we'll do functions in Python. Every language has function. So Python also support user-defined function as well as inbuilt function. So day after tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we'll meet again in the third class of Python programming, and I'll continue with the next topic, that is functions in Python. So thank you very much for today's live stream. Thank you very much for connecting here. See you tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Good day.